All right, let's get started with part one of this special edition 3-part series of sticky note marketing. The focus of this series is specifically to talk about how to grow and maintain your visibility, your impact, your authority in a time of uncertainty. So as people are moving to remote working situations, remote learning situations, remote interactions with their clients, their customers, their teams, their people, I felt compelled to share some of the things that I have learned and developed as best practices, having worked remotely with clients since 2007 and more recently since 2015 with my own clients and students. So this 3-part series is going to be broken up into the 3 most essential topics that I think we need to focus on when it comes to this topic. So number 1, today we're going to talk about you. Focusing on yourself first, right? We have to fill our own cups before we can serve others. So today we're going to be talking all about you as the individual, as the core of what really needs to be focused on. We're also going to be talking tomorrow about your space and systems. And then on the part 3, we're going to be talking about specifically your authority and visibility plan. So today I want to dive into you. So there are some really essential things that I think I basically want to share with you, having done this for so long and working in a variety of different industries with both clients, teams, students, etc. So if you haven't joined me for Sticky Note Marketing before, I'm Mary Czarnecki. I am a marketing strategist, speaker, coach, consultant, and I started Sticky Note Marketing to give just a quick amount of actionable information, just enough to fit on a sticky note, to you to help grow your business, advance your career, and help you create more impact and income in actionable pieces that you can do each week. So that's why I do this every week live, just enough information for a sticky note. So today's topic specifically is about you. So the things I want to talk about specifically are going to be mindset, goals, your audience or network, and your support plan. So here's the thing. This is an age of uncertainty. We live in a time when things are changing rapidly, and having the ability to keep your mindset positive is going to be essential to creating that nimbleness, that agility, that resiliency, that grit that will help you not only maintain yourself and your position in this time, but also potentially thrive. So how do we keep our mindset solid? It comes from a bunch of different places, but what I have found for me and my clients and my people, my students, to be most effective is to have small routines each day that help feed that mindset, keep it positive, whether it's taking small breaks between changing what you're focused on in your day, whether it's small things that rejuvenate you, that keep you positive, keep you focused on the things that are good in your life, but those small reminders of things in your day. It could be a crystal on your desk. It could be a special mug that you use for your coffee first thing in the morning. It may sound silly, but these small little anchors throughout your day remind you and almost tell your subconscious that it's not all bad. So it may seem small, but that is definitely something that I like to think about when we think about how to improve our mindset on a daily basis without having to go into, meditation for hours. All right. Also, I want to talk about goals. So when it comes to thriving in a time of uncertainty, we also want to focus on, okay, what would success look like? How do I achieve success if I don't know what success looks like? And it comes down to thinking about what do we want to be able to achieve during this time. So if you're a business owner, that might mean I need to maintain my sales, to maintain my income. And I invite you to basically set very specific goals for yourself, whether that's sales, whether it's leads, whether it's additions to your email list, growth in your community, prospects, whatever it is for you and your business, thinking very specifically about what are those goals that I need to set. If you are a professional and you're not used to working remotely or virtually, and now you're working with virtual teams, you're working with virtual clients, and this might be new to you, thinking also about what kind of goals do I need to set and measure against to know that I'm being successful. So if it's managing a team or training employees, how do I know that what I'm still doing virtually is having an impact? So whether you're setting up check-in points, voice of the team kind of meetings where you're getting feedback from people, voice of the customer, if you're now working virtually with customers or clients and you weren't before, making sure that you're keeping those open lines of communication so that you're understanding the impact of what you're doing and changing it from maybe in person to virtually. So for example, you can set up more frequent check-ins, you can set up open lines of communication and have it be a normal communication thing to be setting check-in points throughout the day, maybe once a day, maybe once a week, whatever works for you and your team. But then think specifically about what are the goals, not just sales, but also how do I want people to feel on my team? Are there certain levels of satisfaction, levels of engagement, number of communication touch points that we want to have and foster with our team during this time? All right, so let's talk about audience and network. So if you are a professional, obviously going to networking events might not be happening right now, those live networking events. So how do you still maintain and grow your community, your connections, and your network? So definitely explore new options that you may not have had time or interest in doing before. Things like groups or communities on LinkedIn, Facebook are great ways to still connect and not feel isolated. So having done this since 2007, I definitely went through a period where it felt very isolating to work remotely. And as a professional, I really wanted to also continue to make those professional connections. So for me, it was essential. Yes, I was going to live events, but I was also building up an online community, an online network. I personally used a lot of LinkedIn. I use a lot of Facebook. Those are the ones that I find are most useful for me, but you have to find where your communities are. Some people I know love Reddit. Some people I know love Twitter or Instagram. Wherever your people are, wherever you're going to feel supported, that you're growing your network, that you're keeping away from that isolation feeling and still maintaining that community support. If you're a business owner, again, it's important to continue to grow that audience, grow that network, and get in front of the people who need what you have to offer. You still have value. You still have a service. You still have talent, expertise, and authority that is going to add value to someone's life. So whether you're a health coach who is used to working with maybe your clients live and in person, thinking through, okay, how can I transform what I'm doing now, but still add value to people? How can I work in a virtual environment? What do they need from me now? If you're a speaker, if you're a professional speaker, and now all of a sudden you're trying to navigate the uncertain waters of a lot of large events being canceled, taking the time and giving yourself the permission to think about, okay, how do I still solve the problem for my people? So you still have this gift, this expertise, this experience that someone else needs in their life. How to give it away or how to share it or how to put it in front of them in a way in that can exist in a virtual environment is the challenge now. But thinking about growing that audience. So even if you aren't sure about how that is going to evolve or maybe new offers that you're going to be putting out there, keeping the conversation going with your audience, with your prospects, with your leads, with your community is going to be essential because maybe you don't know what they need right now. So asking them, doing what I teach in my audience intelligence course, but literally asking them, what is the pressing need for them right now? What do they need based on your area of expertise will not only help you evolve potentially what you do, how you serve, but also do it in the most effective way possible. And that goes also if you're a professional. So if you are a professional and, looking to grow your corporate career, thinking about how do I serve? How do I become a more valuable piece of this company, a more valuable individual? What skills do I need to start developing that are going to help me either be a better leader in a virtual environment, be a better trainer, be a better mentor, teammate, whatever it is. So thinking about not just jumping into something, but thinking thoughtfully and strategically about, okay, what does my network need? What does my audience need? What does my company need? All right. And I want to wrap up with the last piece, which is, in my opinion, the linchpin to all of this, which is your support network. So like I mentioned, working virtually can be very isolating, and it's essential for us to maintain and create a support network that will allow you the space to find own resiliency in yourself, but in those times where you cannot be strong, they can be strong for you. So whether that is family that you're communicating with regularly, whether it's other like-minded professionals or business owners that you feel comfortable sharing some of those more vulnerable moments with, whether it's a paid mentor or coach, whether it's anyone really, it could be coworkers, it could be just friends that you have nothing in common with, but you love talking to. But having those connections and making sure that you have connections with them on a regular basis. This isn't the long lost friend that you only talk to every 10 or 15 years, but you really want this person to be in tune and be on the same page with being each other's support. So that, like I said, whether that's a paid coach or mentor or a friend or a colleague, having those specific people and being clear, being intentional about who those people are in your life allows you the freedom and the support that you need when there are those moments that feel like you just can't do this on your own. All right. So with that, I would love to answer any questions that you've got. Feel free to post them below. If you are watching the replay, post them as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic, and I'd love to continue the conversation. So I am going to post a link above and in the comments to our private Facebook group. I would love to continue the conversation in there. I'm also going to post a link to a very quick little set of questions that I'd love you to answer so that I can send you some more relevant information, but personalized information based on your current situation and goals, based on this surrounding this topic of remote work and thriving in a virtual society. So I would love to support you and continue the conversation, and stay tuned. I'm going to be coming back, like I said, tomorrow for part 2. We're going to be talking about your space and your systems. And this is going to be relevant, again, both for professionals who are not used to working remotely or not used to working remotely full time, as well as business owners who are trying to understand how to thrive and continue to grow a business in a potentially growing virtually world. Cheering on your success today and always, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Cheers.